What is up, guys? KillSpreeGaming here, and yeah, doing a live cast right now. So it's going to be Vanek versus SeaHorse. So I'm sorry if there's a little background noise. The laundry machine is currently going, but it's not going on Machine Realm, so shouldn't be too big of a problem as well. I'm not ref on this game, so I don't know how well I'm going to be able to like commentate this, because actually everything looks good, so you know it should be fine. So anyways, I'm just going to quickly talk about the game and just go through it, and I don't know, I'm just being dumb right now. This is a live game right now, so I don't know what's going to happen. It could be like a long-ass, like 50-minute game. It could be like something crazy like that, but anyways, just some information. TVZ on close positions, basically, on Shakura's Plateau. Close positions is, well, I would at least consider this close positions. Mainly because I guess this map is like really symmetrical. Really is, I guess it is perfectly symmetrical. So, except for I guess this way, along that way. So, anyways, just the things to talk about in this game. Curtis is going for, already has up his Overlord. He is going for 13 drones, and is going for his gas and spawning pool. Nice, screw up already. Actually, his drones going on may not be looking to, okay, screwing up a lot, holy crap. Thought that that drone was definitely going for the expansion, so he's going to go for an expansion out of gas. We do not see a spawning pool yet, but I believe this will be going into a spawning pool. Yes, it is. Alright, and as well, back to the Terran's base, we do see a barracks going down, which is very, you know, very solid play, because we always see that. We do see the gas going down as well with the barracks. So no marine rushes, no early harassment as of right now. Just because we see that gas, we just know that he's looking to maybe make a tech lab, reactor, factory. Could be going into anything really. And because we do see that he is mining the gas, we know that he's not going to be making 2 racks and pumping out those dual marines. I mean, theoretically he could, but it'd be a lot more efficient if he was off of the minerals and not any gas. So that marine will most likely be able to take out that probe and keep calling it probe. And know that drone will actually get away with 7 HP. So not today, marine. Back at the base of Vanek, we are making, what are we making? We're making some more drones, we are making some metabolic boost, and no queen yet. So I think about now he should be trying to get that queen out. Or he may have actually thought he put it out and then actually like cancel it or something like that. Or he could actually be going for the fast expansion. Yes, he is. So we're going to see that fast expansion. And any time now, we're going to need to see that queen soon. The reason being is because we are seeing a factory go down, which could mean some early harassment with hellions, and that would be, you know, terrible for Vanek in this situation, because if he's going for that fast expansion and doesn't even have a queen up, or even have a queen started, he's really not going to have a whole lot of defense towards those hellions. So it's going to be very hard for Vanek to defend against that. And I honestly think he forgot about it, because, okay, there he goes. No, I was going to say, if he delayed it any longer than that, I thought he completely forgot about it. Because you're going to need that larva to create more units, and especially when, you know, you're having your expansion going down. Usually you want to have about 2 queens by now, and he actually has 300 minerals and 180 gas, so quite a bit of minerals and gas for Vanek, as well as the Terran player. And the Terran player doing the common thing, switching the racks and the reactor, so we are going to be seeing some dual hellion action. We might see a second factory and a tech lab, going for some blue flame hellions, and that would really screw up Vanek right now, because that is just really OP at the moment. It needs to be nerfed, in my opinion. Just, you know, coming from a Zerg player's perspective, seeing blue flame dual hellions, it's just not good. And as well, the Terran player going for that command center, which means that he is going to be going for that natural expansion, and having hellions to defend that natural expansion point is just perfect, because if any lings come in like this, they're just going to be able to take them out very, very easily. And the Hellions looking to take that ling out. I think Curtis might know either that he's moving up for an attack or that he is expanding. I think that Curtis thinks that he might actually be going up for an attack, which kind of looks like it right now, because 4 Hellions right now, you know, that's quite a few Hellions to not attack with. So we do see the second queen going down for the natural expansion. We do see the spine crawler, because Curtis knows that hellion harassment is a possibility at this point of the game. As well, we do see the layer being made, so possible mutas. Baneling nest going down, dual gas, and if we do see mutas, we might see the third gas going down for the natural expansion. And that is a lot of hellions. Let me just comment on that. That is a lot of hellions. So I think Curtis is going to have a little bit of trouble dealing with that because he doesn't actually have his Spycrawler completed yet and only has a few lings, but the lings are just going to get completely eaten up by the hellions, and they are just so fast. The queens are also going to have a lot of trouble actually catching up to the hellions, and now he sees that everything is going down, so he's going to want to keep that Spycrawler alive as long as he can, as well as the queens alive. He needs those to stay alive if he's going to defend this attack. And looks like the Terran player will be pulling back by a little bit, and he is actually making more hellions. So I think he might just be massing hellions just for the early game harassment. And that could really slow down Curtis because it's going to force him to make Zerglings or like something to defend against the hellions. And as well, it might force him to make some more Spycrawlers back at his base. And he is putting down the Spire, so if he can get that Spire out and make some mutas, then these hellions are really going to be useless. So one of these Spycrawlers that he was putting up goes down. The queen just sitting in that position, not really attacking. And he's got to make sure these queens stay alive as well as the Spycrawler. So that is a lot of hellions to be dealing with. And he should actually start production on another queen because that queen did go down. So he's going to have a really hard time dealing with this. And he actually has another queen back in the base injecting larvae. So I think he could be okay. And as well, the Spire about halfway done. So if that Spire finishes before, well, at least while he's defending, if he can actually finish, then he will actually be able to get some mutas out. And he does get a nice surround off. So those hellions are taking a lot of damage. And I believe he will be able to take them out. So there he goes, defending that attack. But the only problem with that is that he used a lot of minerals towards putting out those lings and creating that second queen as well, putting up the Spycrawlers. So I'm not too sure if he actually canceled the one right here. I think he most likely did. But basically that was just costing him a lot of minerals to put up that defense. And as well, the Terran player putting up a really delayed expansion. He had that expansion completed for a little while, but didn't decide to move it out for a while. As well, putting down the factory with the tech lab and putting down another racks at the reactor point with 3 racks. So we do see dual factories, which means we are going to see most likely some siege tanks, yes, with siege mode. So we are going to see a lot of sieging up. And that could be, again, very, very bad for Vanek. Because right now he's going for... actually, you know what? It could be pretty good. Because he does have that Spire up. So if he uses mutas just to go in and attack those siege tanks, then he could be A-okay. And especially the fact with the Hellions, too. They're going to be very good against the Hellions. The only problem is the Marines. And he does actually have three barracks right now, going for 4. And I believe he already has combat. Yes, he's getting combat, and as well already has stim completed. So he's going to have a hard time dealing with those Marines. As well has a chainling. So he knows, exactly what's going on at the base of the Terran player. As well, going for a 3rd base, and that 3rd base is actually almost completed, so my commentating is a little off right now. Just seeing that 3rd base is actually almost done, while the Terran player hasn't even made an attempt to go for 3 because he hasn't really scouted too much this game. As well, we do see the mutas going into the back of the base of the main. Not a whole lot the Terran player can do. I mean, by the time he sends those Marines up to go attack those mutas, the mutas are going to be able to loop around and just go right for the natural expansion point where all the SCVs move to. So I believe he used a stim, and that was actually a bit of a waste of a stim. And I believe Curtis is just waiting until that stim wears off, and there it goes. So now he's going to have enough time to do really whatever he wants. And he decides, hey, I'm just going to sit around here and just make sure the Terran player doesn't go for that 4th base, which he's not even going for 3. Or this 3rd. So, his scouting's pretty good right now, keeping that Overseer by the possible 3rd and keeping some units by the 4th to see if he is going to be expanding at those areas. And right now, it actually seems like the Terran player is ahead by quite a bit, and I don't know how he is. I guess he's just not really dealing his macro because he's not really making any units right now. And I believe he was actually a little supply stuck. He might have been. Not too sure about that, but has 2,000 minerals while Curtis has 1,000 minerals. So since Curtis is on 3 bases and actually going for a 4th now, you can just basically assume that hey, Curtis is putting all those minerals towards units, while the Terran player is just kind of sitting back and not really doing anything with those minerals. Now starting to put up some stuff. So we do see a starport, we do see some missile turrets. Where did all those minerals go? I have no idea. It just kind of went from like 2,000 to 500. What do we have? I actually don't understand what he did with all those minerals. I'm going to be completely honest. Let's look at the production for a second. We do have some upgrades, so that could have been it. Where's that engineering bay? There it is. So we do have some upgrades going down, +1, as well as 2 more supply depots, and some decently placed missile turrets, to be honest. And it looks like he might be going for an all-in. He is taking all his SCVs, so what he's either doing is he's either going to go over to expand, but honestly at this point it looks like he's going for an all-in, sending all his SCVs and all his mules, really just everything, over to the base of Vanek. And look at that, pulling all his all his SCVs off mining, and yes, he is going for the all-in. So I don't know if Curse is going to be too prepared against this, but he is actually making banelings, so I think that all-in could possibly fail, because against banelings, SCVs are just going to get blown up completely. All he has to do is out-micro the hellions and make sure he doesn't explode on them, and go right for the SCVs and Marines. So he is going to surround with the Zerglings, try and keep the banelings alive as long as he can, and boom, perfect positioning. Taking out tons of Marines, basically all the Marines and all the SCVs, and GG, there it is. He couldn't really do anything with that kind of play. That's why all-ins are really bad. I mean, you got to imagine, there's tons of minerals to be mined, could have expanded, but, sending all his SCVs and his mules and his Marines to go in for an all-in attack, that wasn't a good idea at all. Had tons of Zerglings ready, tons of Banelings ready. Didn't even scout out that Baneling nest, I believe, so he wouldn't have even known that play was even possible. So this has been KillSpreeGaming, cast on a live game. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and subscribe as always, and that's pretty much it. Take care. Peace.